Hi everybody, it's Elisa Murray here, Living the Sweet Life DIY, and we're going through our Advent season celebrating all the different people and points in the Bible that led to the Nativity of Christ's birth. It's a wonderful thing to do with your family, and today we are on day 12, and it is the Jesse tree. It's the explanation for this particular beautiful tree that we can create with our family and with our children especially, and it is an explanation of what the Jesse tree is and how that has played out in history in our liturgical readings. It's taken from Isaiah 11, 1 through 10. And so I'm going to place the Jesse tree on our tree. And then I'm going to read to you the information with the Jesse tree. And many of you guys have asked me about the Jesse tree. A lot of people don't know a whole lot about the Jesse tree, which is one of the reasons why I really wanted to include it on the channel. There's so many children that have been with me over the past 22 years of being a photographer and taking care of them as they go through their childhoods. And so I wanted to be able to share this with you, and hopefully you guys can get some crayons out and make some ornaments yourself like I did as a child. Or if you'd like, I'm going to have information in the episode information below so that you can actually purchase these gorgeous ornaments. These ladies have done an amazing job. There's scriptures on the back of each of the ornaments, and I just really love what they've done to make it an easy thing for you guys to do with your family. So we're going to do day 12, the Jesse tree. Jesse, the grandson of Ruth and Boaz, had 7 sons. Now you remember we talked about that when we have Ruth and the grain from day 11. Isaiah the prophet said, "A shoot will come out of the stump of Jesse, and a branch from his roots will bear fruit." Jesse's son David became a great king, and he was a man after God's own heart. Joseph, Jesus' foster father, was a descendant of the King David. That is why he traveled with Mary to Bethlehem the night of Jesus' birth. Jesus, who is the prophet of Isaiah, is referring to whenever he says the branch will bear fruit. The Spirit of the Lord will rest on Jesus. We wait with anticipation for him in his birth in Bethlehem, and we wait for him to come again. So that is the whole basis of this whole family tree of Jesus. So a shoot will come out of the stalk of Jesse, and a branch out of his roots will bear fruit. The Lord's Spirit will rest on him. The spirit of wisdom and understanding, the spirit of counsel and might, the spirit of knowledge and of the fear of the Lord. His delight will be in the fear of the Lord. He will not judge by the sight of his eyes, neither decide by the hearing of his ears, but he will judge the poor with righteousness and decide with equity for the humble of the earth. He will strike the earth with the rod of his mouth, and with the breath of his lips he will kill the wicked. Righteousness will be the belt on his waist, and faithfulness the belt of his waist. The wolf will live with the lamb, the leopard will lie down with the young goat, the calf, the young lion, and the fattened calf together, and a little child will lead them. The cow and the bear will graze, the young ones will lie down together, the lion will eat straw like the ox, and the nursing child will play near a cobra's hole, and the weaned child will put his hand on the viper's den. They will not hurt nor destroy in any or all of my holy mountain, for the earth will be full of the knowledge of the Lord as the waters cover the sea. It will happen in that day that the nations will seek the root of Jesse, who stands as a banner of the peoples, and his resting place will be glorious. Isaiah 11, 1 through 10 again. So it's just a beautiful story of promise of what we have to look forward to, and all of the wonderful things that happen during the Advent season, how special it is, and it's a wonderful time to celebrate it with the anticipation of Jesus' birth. And so our reading on our little ornament for the Jesse tree says, "Just as Jesse, help us to be vessels of your love as we follow your plans for our lives." And honestly, one of the reasons why I'm going to leave my Jesse tree up, like my sweet mama does in North Carolina, all year long, is to remind me of all those wonderful things that God has promised, and how if we live our lives for him and with him and him in us, we too can have everlasting life. I look forward to seeing you soon on the channel. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care.